Have you ever been to Japan before? Then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Meg from Tokyo. On your first trip, it's normal to visit the famous spots, buy a JR pass or rent a Pocket-Wifi. But now that you've been here once, it's time to travel a little differently. There are smarter ways to save money, avoid the crowds, and enjoy Japan even more. So today, I will share 10 things you can skip on your second trip to Japan and what you should do instead. We also offer private tours in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, so feel free to contact us through the link below. Alright, then let's go. Number 1. Skip buying the JR Pass automatically. The Japan Rail Pass, also known as JR Pass, used to be one of the best value passes for travelers visiting Japan. It was often said that you could get your money's worth just by making a round trip between Tokyo and Kyoto or Osaka, and it was widely recommended to visitors. However, things changed significantly after the major price increase in 2023. If you're mainly traveling between Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, it's now quite common for regular train tickets to be cheaper than the JR Pass. And if you're focusing on a specific region, such as Kansai or Kyushu, a regional rail pass may offer better value than the nationwide JR Pass. The JR Pass is still a convenient option, but it's no longer something every traveler should buy automatically. If this is your second trip to Japan or beyond, take a moment to compare the cost against your actual itinerary before purchasing. You may find that regular tickets or regional passes are the better choice. Number 2. Skip Welcome Suica. If this is your second trip to Japan, you may want to skip the Welcome Suica and use a regular Suica or Mobile Suica instead. Welcome Suica is designed for short-term visitors and expires after 28 days. A regular Suica, on the other hand, remains valid for up to 10 years after its last use, making it a better option if you plan to visit Japan again in the future. Getting a regular Suica is very similar to getting a Welcome Suica. The main differences are that a regular Suica requires a 500 yen deposit and can be registered with your name. If you have an iPhone, Mobile Suica is even more convenient. You can add it directly to your phone and recharge it anytime without carrying a physical card. Whether you're taking trains, riding buses, or making small purchases at convenience stores, a reusable IC card makes getting around Japan much easier. Many repeat visitors keep their Suica active so they're ready to travel as soon as they arrive in Japan. Number 3. Skip the Golden Route only. When people travel to Japan for the first time, they usually focus on Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. And it makes sense, these cities have so many famous landmarks and cultural experiences. But when people come back for a second or third trip, something interesting happens. They start looking beyond the usual tourist spots and try to experience a different side of Japan. For example, in Hokkaido, you've got this huge, beautiful nature and incredibly fresh seafood. In Kanazawa, you can walk through historic streets and old geisha districts that feel like stepping back in time. In Kusatsu Onsen, you can experience one of Japan's most iconic hot spring towns. In Tottori, there are massive sand dunes and a much quieter, more local atmosphere. And in Okinawa, you'll find stunning beaches and a culture that feels quite different from mainland Japan. Even if you're visiting Tokyo or Kyoto again, it's worth going beyond the main tourist areas. Try taking a day trip to smaller towns nearby. That's often where you will discover a more authentic side of Japan. Number 4. Skip tourist Tokyo. If this is your second trip to Japan, it might be a good idea to step away from a trip focused only on Tokyo as a tourist destination and spend some time exploring the local side of the city. On a first trip, many people tend to focus on famous spots like Shibuya, Shinjuku, and Asakusa. These areas are lively and full of things to see, so that's a very natural way to experience Tokyo. But on a second visit, you start to move beyond the typical tourist routes and notice the neighborhoods where people actually live their everyday lives. For example, areas like Tsunamachi Ginza, Yanaka, and Kiyosumi Shirakawa have a slightly different feel from central Tokyo. You'll find small cafes, old-fashioned shops, and a much slower pace overall. And that's really where the second trip gets interesting, not just ticking off famous spots, but discovering a more everyday side of Tokyo. Number 5. Skip buying Shinkansen tickets at the station. If you're planning to buy Shinkansen tickets at the station on the day or booking through a third-party site instead of Smart EX, you may end up paying the full fare and missing out on early bird deals. With Smart EX, you can access discounted tickets available only for advance reservations. One popular option is X Hayatoku 21, which lets you book a reserved seat on a regular Nozomi train as long as you reserve by 11:30 p.m., at least 21 days before your travel date. For example, Tokyo to Osaka costs 12,980 yen one way with EX Hayatoku 21, so a round trip can save roughly 3,000 yen per person depending on the regular fare. Keep in mind, it's not available during peak periods like Golden Week, Obon, and New Year holidays, and seats can sell out early. Also, this ticket is not changeable. If your plans change, you'll need to refund and rebook. So if your schedule is uncertain, a regular ticket may be safer even if it costs a bit more. Number 6. Skip all-you-can-eat. Many first-time visitors think all-you-can-eat restaurants are a great deal, but experienced travelers often see them differently. In Japan, many all-you-can-eat plans are time-based, often lasting 60 to 120 minutes. They seem like excellent value because you can eat as much as you want for a fixed price. However, all-you-can-eat dining also has some drawbacks. The highest quality items may not be included, certain menu options may require an extra charge, and the time limit can make people focus more on getting their money's worth than actually enjoying the meal. I've personally visited many all-you-can-eat restaurants, but in many cases, I found that ordering individual dishes was more satisfying and costless overall. Unless you have a very large appetite, all-you-can-eat is not always the best choice. Sometimes a regular meal can provide a better experience while keeping your spending under control. Before choosing an all-you-can-eat restaurant, think about your appetite, dining style, and what you really want from the experience. You may find that ordering only what you want is the smarter option. Number 7. Skip hotel breakfast. In Japan, hotel breakfast can sometimes be overly luxurious and expensive. They often cost 2,000 to 3,000 yen per meal, which can add up quickly if you eat them every day. Moreover, since the menu rarely changes, it can become repetitive and boring over time. While hotel breakfasts are suitable for those with a big appetite or those who want a full meal, it's recommended to limit them to just one day during your stay. A great alternative is to enjoy breakfast at a nearby cafe. Toast or sandwich sets with drinks are often available for around 500 yen, making them very cost-effective. For example, I recommend Café de Courrier. You can enjoy a ham and egg sandwich, salad, yogurt, and coffee or tea for just over 600 yen. Another way to enjoy your morning in Japan is to visit Tsukiji Market and try fresh seafood rice bowls or tamagoyaki, Japanese omelette, instead of a traditional breakfast. Number 8. Skip dragging your suitcase everywhere. If this is your second trip to Japan, one travel hack worth knowing is Takubin, Japan's luggage delivery service. Instead of carrying a large suitcase everywhere, you can send it directly to your next hotel and travel with just a small bag. This is especially useful if you're traveling between cities, taking the Shinkansen, or arriving before hotel check-in. It's also helpful in places like Kyoto, where buses to popular attractions such as Kiyomizu-dera and Kinkakuji can get very crowded. Traveling without large luggage makes getting around much easier. You can arrange luggage delivery at many hotels, airports, convenience stores, and delivery counters throughout Japan. Yamato Transport and Sagawa Express are two of the most popular providers. If you're planning to return to the same station later in the day, coin lockers can also be a convenient option. Just keep in mind that luggage delivery is often not available on the same day, so be sure to keep any essentials with you. Number 9. Skip last-minute Shinkansen reservations. If you plan to bring suitcases or other large luggage onto the Shinkansen, please be aware of the rules and potential additional fees. On trains such as the Nozomi, Hikari, Sakura, and Mizuho, passengers are required to make an advance reservation for a seat with oversized luggage space if their luggage has a combined length, width, and height exceeding 160 centimeters. This luggage space is located behind the last row of seats and is exclusively for passengers who have made a reservation. If you bring oversized luggage without a reservation, you will be charged an additional fee of approximately 1,000 yen on the spot. I have actually experienced this myself. In fact, I once boarded with a reserved seat for oversized luggage and was surprised to see other passengers placing their bags there without permission. Unfortunately, this kind of issue seems to be more common than expected. When purchasing your ticket from a vending machine, you can select a seat with oversized luggage space during the seat selection process, so don't forget to check that option. Additionally, starting in July 2025, some trains will introduce oversized luggage corners that do not require a reservation. However, this will be a limited early bird service and may not always be available. To avoid unnecessary fees and trouble, making an advance reservation is still the safest option. Number 10. Skip Pocket-Wifi. When people travel to Japan for the second time, more and more of them choose to use an eSIM instead of a Pocket-Wifi. For first-time visitors, Pocket-Wifi is still very popular. It's easy to set up, allows multiple devices to connect at the same time, and feels very reliable, which makes it a comfortable choice. But recently, more travelers are switching to eSIMs, which can be installed directly on your smartphone. If you set it up in advance, you can start using it immediately after arriving in Japan without needing to pick up or return any device. Physical SIM cards are still available, but eSIMs have become the more convenient option. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and hype button. See you at the next video.